Oh. Oh, man.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Dr. John Clayton, your Layton Chiropractor here in Utah at Supra Chiropractic. In today's video, we're going to be going over some injuries that don't happen to the typical person, but to a patient who does Jiu-Jitsu in his practice for a long time. They went into a movement and someone basically pinned them wrong and pushed on the back of their head area and actually pushed their skull out of place. So we're going to show you how we fix that issue, as well as go through the whole entire body and adjust everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you at the end for a recap. So do you only do you do Jiu-Jitsu only?
No, I help out with striking too.
Oh, okay, nice.
Holding extra guys and stuff like that.
So you take a beating pretty good then, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes my shoulders different. I gotta do something because I'll get bored and stay home and watch it.
Exactly, right. It's the standard American thing to do, right?
Yep.
Gotcha. Yep, you gotta be active. Gotta be active. Okay. So I'm gonna go through ribs. I don't know if you remember from last time, we're gonna go through ribs, ribs, spine, and then we'll kind of work up through here. And then, like I said, we'll do skull and everything at the end to kind of fix all that stuff. So, deep breath in here for me. All the way out. Deep breath in here. All the way out. Oh. Deep breath in here. Then slide down just a hair for me. There you go. Deep breath in. All the way out. And one more up here. Deep breath in. All the way out. Oh, nice. Okay. Deep breath in here for me. Let it all the way out. Deep breath in here. Deep breath in here. All the way out. Deep breath in here. All the way out. Oh. That's super tight up in there. Can you feel the difference in those tensions there? Yeah. So when that skull shifts over to that side, you can probably even feel it just superficially. It's like, see how that's super soft?
Yeah.
And I go right here and slide down. It's like that muscle's like almost thickened. Because it's been 6 weeks, like you said.
Yeah.
And so then it goes all the way down through here, hooks in, but even that trap as well, right? Feel like that was just like locked in. Yeah. This one, I mean, it's got tight, it's got some knots in it, as usual, right? But like feel just how that one's way more engaged.
It felt, oh yeah, when you popped it, it felt good.
Yeah. So we'll go through, we'll hit it from a few different angles too in just a sec. So now we're gonna run through your spine all the way up here, okay? Deep breath in, let it all the way out. Go ahead again. Deep breath in. Deep breath in here.
Oh! That was good.
That was a solid one. It was a deep one too. Relax. Oh. You see how tight that is through there?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, see how that one's been popping on you too?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. So yeah, we've got to fix that over here. But yeah, even when I look straight down through here, that you can see a difference here. Like that trap is bubbled out.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Because of that skull. And if I feel the skull too, this is where people are like, how do you feel the difference? Like I can feel it when you're on your back, but if I say, okay, if I look right here,
I feel when you touch that right side. It feels weird.
Bubbled out there. Yeah, so it's rounded out right there, flat right there. See that flat, and then it drops off? This one's like rounded out, and then it bubbles out at the end, then it drops off.
Yeah,
yep.
Exactly.
Yep. So that's that bottom part of that skull right there. Yep. Okay. So we're now going to do your first rib. Deep breath in, all the way out. That relax there. Sorry, not a fun one. Deep breath in here. We're gonna do that low back, so lay in your right side there for me.
Like this.
Yep. Then you bring that arm all the way through. Bring this guy here. Well, I think even at 55, you could whip me around like a rag doll on the jiu-jitsu floor there, I'm sure. So I wouldn't stand a chance. Deep breath in here. And then your other side.
It's weird. It feels like real deep.
Yeah, those joints are super deep. Yeah, people are surprised. So like when I work in these muscles right here, like I had a guy that was in here yesterday, and he's like, I was like, hey, can I just put like one needle in to show you like how deep that muscle is and how thick it is? He's like, I don't like needles. I'm like, dude, just let me show you one. So I took one of those needles, like I've got different lengths of them, and I went in, and I still didn't even hit like the bone, but I was using a 90 millimeter needle. Like it's like 4.5 inches long.
Oh my God.
And still didn't hit it. And I was like, I could use like 105 millimeter.
Jeez.
And then get into it. So it's a deep, deep muscle, and that's why like when I have to move those joints, you're like, oh, it feels so deep. It is.
That
It
felt
is.
weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, in the end, if you ever need to throw a trick move in someone, just put them in this area here, and then boom, dig into that muscle, and they're like, whoa, they'll freak out at you. So let this relax there. Deep breath in, all the way out. And then lay on your back for me there. So now I'm going to loosen up the hips. Just relax here for me.
Oh man. Oh, that felt good.
Yeah, brand new hip.
Oh, that felt good.
Just relax here. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, wow. That felt good. Oh,
That's
that
crazy,
felt
huh?
good. Oh, that gave me like the chills.
Well, yeah, because in the end, all of your moves when you're doing jiu-jitsu, your hips are locking in so tight, and especially all your holds.
Whoa.
Got some goosebumps there? Crazy.
Whoa. That's weird. It hurt my neck and my lower back started hurting.
Yeah. Yeah, it tries to pull and decompress all of it. So, but we'll pull from the top too once I do your skull. Yeah, we'll loosen up everything. So, yeah, let this relax here.
Oh.
And slide it just a bit for me. Any issues with the knees at all?
I have bad knees, but I'm alright.
Okay. No, you're good. Yeah, I'll show you what we can do for them. So usually the big thing I find with most knee issues is the quad muscle here is stronger than the hamstring in most people, right? So
I've been stretching and doing more leg workouts. So
okay, good. Yeah, as you should, right? But in the end, what I find is that if you feel where your knee comes together, the knee joint between the femur and then the tibia right here, these two bones, the knee joint should be protected by the kneecap,
right,
for the most part, right, or to some degree. But if I say, okay, where's the bottom of your kneecap? It is above your knee joint.
right.
So every time you bend your knee or go down on your knees, you're going and you're bending and kneeling on the bottom of your kneecap and on the tendon right here, your patellar tendon. So what we need to do is balance out your kneecap to be lower, right? Or fix the condition of, they call it patella alta, or basically your knee's cap is too high, right? So what we can do, kind of a manual way, I'll show you here. Do you mind if I just lift this up here a little bit? Okay. So slide this up here, lift your leg for just a sec here. So where that kneecap is here, so the knee joint is right here, okay? Bottom of the kneecap is right there. So when you're in this resting position, it should be lower, right? So
kneecap should be way lower, huh?
Correct. So what I'll do is I'll kind of put my hand like a web right here, and then I'm going to slide, push down, and I slide down. Feel all that grit in there? When I did that, it's like,
Yeah.
super crunchy in there. Okay, so now this is gonna be a little bit painful. Lift up Okay. Feel that?
Oh shit.
All that resistance there?
Yeah. It's tight.
Okay. And then what we'll do, we'll hold it for about 10 seconds.
So I gotta stretch my quads more.
Mm-hmm. But also just focus on breaking down the lower part of the quad where it hooks into the kneecap. So then you have to let your muscle relax now. Okay? Then I can let go. Because if I let go and you're still pulling, your kneecap will boom, shoot up like that, and it'll hurt like crazy. Okay? So I can kind of bypass that. Like I can kind of cheat the system a little bit. And if you're like, I hate doing that, it sucks, it's not very fun, right? I can just pick up your kneecap like this, like lift up on it here, and then go here and send it down. Okay, it's just super loud. But my table pops, it's not your knee popping, it's just my little table thing here. Okay, so you can do that a couple times. Okay, but the good way you can do it at home is that same thing. You use the web between your pointer finger and your thumb. I push down and make sure there's something underneath your knee, because if I push like this, your knee hyperextends.
Okay.
You need to have something that's protecting your knee from hyperextending. Make sure your leg is also straight. Like if you're turned off to the side, bad news bears. Okay, turn it here straight, then engage. Okay, I push down towards the ground, then I slide the kneecap down like that. Then lift your leg again. Can't do it, right? Okay, so now let it relax. Here. So that's a good home therapy you can do.
I feel it all the way up here.
Mm-hmm. So like you can stretch your quads all day long, but the quad, I mean your quad is, shoot, 2.5 feet long. So it's like if you're gonna stretch your quad, what's gonna stretch most likely? Middle belly, right? Mid upper, okay? Lower, harder.
Right.
Okay? So yes, you can try and do things, but I'd say just repeat this process at home. You just sit up against a wall. Yeah, sit up against like a wall like 90 degrees, right? Put something against your knee, then use your hands, push down on it, and then just make sure there's something underneath your knee. Okay. And then you just practice daily, and you're strong enough to do it. So.
All right, yeah, that actually feels kind of good.
Yeah. Once you do it, it breaks down the crap inside the knee. So.
Is that one of my knee grinds?
Yeah, it is. So you're like, I thought I was just normal. Yeah. Nope, not normal. So. Okay. So I'll just show you real quick on this one so we can compare the difference. Okay. Because some people, they're like, and this is going to be important too. So for jiu-jitsu, it's like if you always lead with your left leg, because your power leg's your back leg, and that's like your right leg compared to your left, there should be a difference in your quad strength, one versus the other, right? So this will be a good thing to compare, but also even you out when it comes to, how you fight and how you practice, right? So make sure your leg is straight, okay? And I would say do it without the clothing on so that you don't have anything. I'm having to prevent your knee from sliding, but your pants make it easier for your kneecap to slide, but I've done it enough where it's not a problem. Okay. However, if you're gonna do it, I would say do it with either shorts on or roll the pants up and then do it just how we did there. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. Okay, now lift up. And let it relax.
That one feels way different than the other one.
It's strong. It's strong. Yeah. Now let me try to see if I can really hold it down. Lift up here. Okay. So now we're gonna go here. Here. Okay. Let it relax. Okay. Here. Here. Okay. Now lift up. That one's super strong.
Yeah.
Okay, let it relax. Okay.
I feel it in my hips.
Yeah, I believe it. Your quad goes all lip and it inserts right here, right by your hip. So the other thing I gotta look at too, when I feel your knees, you can actually see how this area here is kind of bubbled out right there. Usually that means there's rotation in the knee joint itself. Two big bones that come together. So we're gonna go here. Feel where this nub is here. There's two nubs that form this bone here at the top, right? And then there's two nubs up here. So femur and tibia, the top of them, it widens out to form a base. Okay. So if I feel the two of them, I want to see, okay, is one of them rotated? So it feels like your knee is rotating that way, because this side here is lower than this side here.
Is it just a muscle thing, or it's just...
Sometimes, but you gotta think too, if your foot, if most people tend to walk with their feet like this, so it tells this bone here is rotated outwards. This one here is gonna compensate and fight that way.
My daughter she's in school for occupational therapy and has told me my knees were messed up. 'Cause
Yeah.
it bubbles out the same thing you told me.
Yeah. So in the end, you just need to walk with your toes forward and not walk. Here's the way you can tell. If you look at your shoe,
On the outside.
why is the outside worn out and not the inside? Okay, so you show that to the camera there. So outside worn out, inside still has tread. So you can tell the patient walks like that, not with the toes this way, with the toes right there on the outer part. Okay, so in the end, I would just say buy a new pair of shoes, right? Good excuse to buy a new pair of shoes, but start breaking them in and look at your wear pattern, because it'll tell you. Like when people are like, "Oh, I got a foot analysis done," I'm like, "Who cares? Look at your shoes." That's a better foot analysis right there. I can tell you how you
like this.
Yeah, I can tell you how you walk, how you run, anything, right?
Yeah, because when I walk, I was told I walk like a duck.
Yeah. You gotta stop walking like a duck, I guess, right? So when I work on this here, because it's a big strong joint, what I can do is I say, okay, we feel the knee, so I put it straight. Yeah, your knee just it wants to pull out that way. Okay. So
I gotta pay attention.
yeah, it's like even when I'm trying to put it straight here, it's still wanting to like rotate out because of how your foot is. All right, let it relax. Okay, so your hip should be in like this. You should be in like this at all times.
But I'm not.
You're not.
Oh.
See how it just wants to go boom and roll out like that? We got to keep it in like this. If you do that as well too, your quads are going to engage better as well.
So make sure my toes are pointed.
Mm-hmm. Pointed straight forward,
okay.
right? Because even then too, your foot is meant to be engaged straight forward, not off to the side. So your foot mechanism, the actual mechanism of the bones of your feet and tendons and everything will work better if your foot's straight forward.
I see.
So if from the ground up, you'll fix everything in your lower body if your foot is straight too. Okay? So when you feel this here, yeah, it almost feels like so now after I felt it, that inside or medial knee is what they call it. That one's higher than the lateral or the outside one. So when I adjust it, I need to go here and do the roll. So I'm going to hold only on the tibia. I'm going to roll this way like that and set it. Okay, so it feels like this. Here, just like that. Okay, and it's a big strong joint, so I can use a lot of movement to do it. Okay, it shouldn't like pop really loud or anything because it's a really big joint, but it's not like a big popping joint. If I broke it, then it'd probably pop like that, but we're not going for that. Okay, we're gonna go here, roll around, all the way around, set it like that. Okay, same thing here. Roll in, up and around, just like that. Okay, so you feel it all the way through. Okay, okay. So now we're gonna check arms. Let this relax here. I'm glad you told me about the knees. They needed it, so let this relax here for me.
Oh,
it's a crazy one, huh? Let this relax here.
the elbow is good.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I actually had a patient one time that did jiu-jitsu, wasn't as trained as you, but he thought I was doing an arm bar on him. And so when I went in there and went to this motion like this to lock it out,
Tightened up.
Yeah, tightened up, and then it like PTSD'd him really bad. So in the end, like he never came back because he's like that was freaky, and I'm like, I'm just trying to adjust your elbow, and but because of the training and stuff, he thought it was you know, something to hurt him, and it's like no. So yeah, so in the end, like I always have to be worried about my fighter, so I'm like, hey, it's just to help you, just relax, you know. So let that go for me there.
Oh, that felt good.
It's crazy, huh?
I felt good. I've never had my elbow pop before.
Yeah, we did it a year ago.
Here.
but it's easy to not remember that one. So
I felt good.
yeah, and if this one goes out here, that nerve by this one here, because you can feel how tight that is through here, all that buildup in there, right? So if that bone slips out, that radius bone right here, you lose your grip strength. So if you grab a guy and then he breaks away easily, that one's out. So there's like things you can tie together if you know the nerves and everything.
Yeah.
But you can feel how gritty that is.
Yeah.
How crunchy, right? So you need to be constantly breaking that down.
I see.
Especially like the muscular tension through this here. So if I bring your thumb down like this, then we strip up this. How gritty that is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so as part of your kind of rehab from jiu-jitsu, you need to be cleaning these out.
I see. I can take that gun I have too and...
Yep, but put your arm in that position, then go
Okay.
and hit it, right? Because if you just hit it like this, and you're just in this position like this, see how it loosens?
Yeah.
Like you could get a little bit up here maybe, but it's not going to be the same as if you go here and here, and then strip it out. You even go up into your tricep there.
It kind of feels good.
Yeah, yeah. It's a hurt so good sensation, that's for sure. Crazy.
Felt good.
Okay. So lift your head up for just a sec here. This picture for you. Okay, now. Okay, so if I feel your skull here, yeah, so it shifts it over right here. So with the skull, the way we're going to do it here is your normal motion for your skull should scoop, right? Should scoop over to a side, scoop over to a side, right? So I always say it's like dipping some, like I call it the Tostitos. You're dipping your Tostitos in some salsa, right? Scooping it in, right? So we compare the difference side to side. So if I scoop, scoop, right? Restricted, feel that? But here,
Feels okay.
easy peasy, right? So I need to restore that motion, okay? So first what I'm gonna do is check the neck, make sure nothing's out in the neck. The guy right there, a little bit tight, okay? We'll make sure. So here's the difference as well, right? So when I feel, see how it's tight over here?
Yeah.
Most chiropractors assume, okay, I need to adjust it from the right, okay? So let's just show you. So it may pop, may not pop, but if it doesn't pop, I'll show you why. Turn inside here, here. See how it doesn't pop if I do it?
Yeah.
The other part of the analysis that needs to be done, which I feel like a lot of chiropractors just overlook, is that when I feel the spine part of your neck, I need to see if it's rotated to one side or the other. So see if I feel it here. See how it's almost pulled over to the right side? So if your bone is over to the right, like this,
Right.
and I try to adjust it more that way, see how it's more out of place now? It's from there to there. Okay. What I need to do is pull the bone here back into place. So let me show you the difference. So if I hold, grab on the spine here, pull that direction to the left, then swivel here, rotate over, let it relax here, drop in. Feel the difference now?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit of a pop in there. But I think in the end, to get everything to relax, we got to set the skull.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way we do this is we're going to lift up here. I'm just going to relax my arm here. Next to you here. Okay. And we want to do this motion like this. So my arm's going to be right against your chest here. We're going to lift up. Oops, sorry, the table popped there. That was not your skull. Lift up here and set like that. Okay. Deep breath in. All the way out. Let it relax for me there. Let it relax.
Oh, that felt so good.
So a little bit aggressive, however,
That felt good.
we've got to fix what was damaged
Oh, man.
6 weeks ago.
I needed that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that felt good.
And the cool thing is you can always, like, they call it, like, post-check or, like, see how it is afterwards. So if I feel that muscle here, feel the difference?
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Oh, man.
So the hard part is when people go, hey, I got a massage, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. Why did nothing work? If the foundation,
was turned.
if the bone is off and it's turned off, right? Everything else won't turn off until you fix the foundation, which is the bone.
Oh, that felt better.
Crazy, huh?
Oh man, that felt so much better. He just like pulled it, pop back in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, well, the joke is, I tell people, I've got to do, I call it the shot put. I got to basically do remember in track when they do that,
Yeah.
they take the ball and they shoot it like that. I'm literally doing the same thing, but to adjust your back in place.
Wow.
Brand new man.
I feel so much better.
So now you're ready to go train again.
Yeah, I was getting headaches and everything. That's crazy. Oh, that felt good. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, that felt good.
Yeah, try it out and see how it feels now.
It went away. It's, I mean, a little tight, but
Yeah.
it's like.
But yeah, but after 6 weeks, yeah.
Oh,
See how fast it changes back?
Oh, that felt good. Because it was like freaking me out. Because I was like, sometimes I'd have to stop, and train.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel right.
What I find too, like I was asking, is if that skull pulls off to a side, a lot of patients report dizziness because their skull is off, so their eyes are off. So it's almost like they're falling to a side. But their body will counteract. So your body had already counteracted it, so you didn't have the dizziness, but you had
At first, I was like, oh, something's wrong. I felt weird, and then
Yeah.
I just kind of kept going, and I'd hang, and I had the guy that owns the gym has a thing you put on your neck and hang, and it
Yeah.
helped a little bit.
Yeah, but it didn't. Yeah, because it had to be one-sided.
Yeah.
Yep.
It popped, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not hanging.
You're like, oh shoot, do I still work these?
I'm going to go to the chiropractor instead.
Yeah.
Man, I felt good. I wonder if I should come back in like a few weeks.
Yeah, see how it is, right? But in the end, like
Good.
when I shoot those things back in place, I shoot them back in to stay. So here's the cool thing, right? I call issues like this, right, like a light switch, right? So if I go in here and say, okay, you came in and the lights went off, right? So when I adjust it, lights turn on. So when your sensation or what you felt, like mainly that muscle, right, but also that popping on one side only, if that comes back, light switch turn back off again.
Okay.
Then you know to come back in. But when I shoot it back, I shoot it there to stay. So unless something happens, like in jiu-jitsu, it's good to go. It's good to stay.
Oh, that felt good, man.
Yeah.
You have no idea how good that felt.
Oh no, I've had that needed before. And so I know what it feels like to have it fixed, but I also know what it feels like to have it out of place.
Yeah, because I was feeling like it threw me off, my whole body.
Yeah, it does. Well, it's the bone that contains your brain. So how can it not throw you off?
Wow, that felt good.
Yeah.
My hips and that especially, that felt good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, it was loud to me inside my head.
Yeah. It's a gunshot. It sounds like it. It's huge. Yeah. It's a big one. So
Thank you.
that's why I got the microphones to pick it up hopefully too. So
I felt good.
yeah. All right. So when it comes to these videos, again, I love making these videos for you guys and explaining exactly what is going on, what happened to the patient, why did I adjust what I adjusted, and then give you as much detail as possible. And I know in the end, usually when I make these videos, it's based on when patients schedule their appointments. And so I do my best to make videos based on what you guys are asking for, what you guys want to see. But in the end, I just kind of have to take what comes in, and in the end, most of my patients schedule and they've dealt with something for so long, like in this case, 6 weeks. And then they're just like, hey, I need a solution, fix me, get my life back together. So I can't really say, oh, I need to schedule, a patient to come in and do this exact thing, because it's based on what the patient needs, not what I necessarily want to film per se. I mean, I do want to film these, right? But in the end, with this patient, they were in a jiu-jitsu hold that wasn't part of what you would do in training. Maybe you would use it if you were to really get into it in a competition with someone, or if you were in a life-threatening situation, would you then hold someone in that way? But it's not a very safe area. You wouldn't want to give anyone blows in that area. They're usually that back of the head area back here. We want to avoid that at all costs when it comes to anything in the martial arts category, because of what it can do if you were to take a lot of blows or a lot of pressure in that area. And what the patient experienced was that their skull or their occiput had been basically pushed in a way where they were cranked over, and so that right side of their skull had been shifted, and that's why when I adjusted that right side back into position or more towards that left side, and why there was that pop when we did that. So in the end, this can be a very extreme, painful, and you know, someone usually would say, I feel like it's an emergency situation, because the pain just doesn't go away. And like this patient expressed, is that it took that trap or trapezius muscle and it put it basically into a chronic tension state. And so they couldn't get that to release. And so they said, well, what do we do? How do we fix this? And I said, well, we got to get that foundation of a skull that's shifted over like this, or I guess in your case to the right side, shifted over like this. I got to balance it back over and set it back in place. And so when we did that, we took it at an angle where the head was turned, and then I was able to then slide it back into place, because the occiput relies on condyles to, you know, fit into itself. So it's kind of two bubbled in things that hook together and slide like this on each other, not like a joint where there's a synovium around it. It's more like kind of bone on bone in a way, and so it's very loud, like you heard when we adjusted as well. So in the end, it's a very interesting but also somewhat rare thing you would see as it relates to maybe jiu-jitsu, right? But a big thing is I do find this a ton in car accident cases. So if you've been in a car accident case, and the example I give is, if you were rear-ended in a car accident, but then you saw the person hit you in the rear view mirror, you're like, oh, there's my rear view mirror, I see them coming, and so you look up at the rear view mirror, and then it goes boom, they hit you from behind, and then it goes like that, because your head's already turned that position to look in the rear view mirror and look up. And then they hit you from behind, so then it shifts everything over. So in the end, that's some of the biggest things, is asking the proper questions, taking a proper history as a doctor of saying, what exactly happened? Oh, I was in a car accident. Okay, great. What kind of pain do you have? Neck pain. Do you mean neck? Where's the neck? Point to where you feel it. And that's what we did exactly with this patient. We said, where do you feel the pain? And he pointed exactly to that top area right back here. And so I was like, if I'm understanding correctly, is that the skull area that you feel? Touch it, and he goes, oh my gosh, that's where it is. And he's like, so why is this muscle tight then? That's where it hooks in. So in the end, by asking just a few simple questions, we were able to come down to a conclusion of what was wrong. You saw the patient's expression. As soon as we got that back in place, game changer, right? Done. Patient feels great, go lives his life, and then the next time he comes to see me, in, you know, a year, whenever that is, boom, back to where we go, send him on his way, good to go, right? I think I saw that patient, he said it was over a year since I saw him the first time, and then he was good. He had no issues since that first adjustment that I gave him, and until he had that issue where that someone put them in that weird hole with jiu-jitsu, is when he had the problems come back where he felt like he needed to come in. So in the end, my goal is to fix that issue, get the patient better, send them on their way, and then they don't come back until they need something else worked on or a big issue comes up again, similar to like you saw for this video. So in the end, we don't just do dry needling, we don't just do scraping, we don't just do Y straps. We do what the patients need as necessitated by a proper history, a proper, you know, asking of the questions, and a proper understanding and listening to what the patient says and expresses, because you, in the end, you know your body better than anyone else does. And so I'd rather listen to what you say and interpret based on that, because the way you explain it will help me better do my job and be a better chiropractor and give you a better adjustment. So in the end, I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Please hit the like button, and please consider subscribing to this channel. If you have any questions about these adjustments or anything that you've had in the any kind of chiropractic issues that you've had in the past, or issues with chiropractors in general not doing things like that you've seen in these videos, then feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I can hopefully answer those questions for you. And then in the end, like I said, I love making these videos for you guys. I know a lot of you have requested certain types of videos out there. I love the comments out there as well, as far as, you know, people that are like, I need that, you know, I'd love to see you. So if you are in the Utah area and can get here close by, I would love to see you. Or if you feel like you need to make the trip out to see me as well, if there's this particular issue that's being overlooked from other chiropractors or other doctors in general, and you just need someone to really focus on it and give you the time of the day to actually help you, then feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to do that for you as well. And I'm going to leave you how I leave you in all my other videos. We're at Supra Chiropractic. We've got your back and everything else, and we'll see you in the next video.